I would never say that I have perfected the art of video making. I've got some things going, like the lighting. Okay, today, move your head and it kind of changes, kind of like magic. So this is video number 3. You're not going to get to see 1 or 2 because 1 or 2 showed me being outwitted by a cat, which isn't hard. You know, most humans can be outwitted by a cat. Or most humans probably don't have a cat. And that's how they outwit them. They just don't let them in the house. They may be a stray cat in the neighborhood, give it some crunchies once in a while in the yard. So it keeps, yeah, I'm not even going to go there. So I'm not going to go any of these places. So many people, a number of people, a few people, 1 or 2 people, some people, have mentioned how valuable it's been for me, the humor of the video. And I think that we can do humor without taking away from the content. But I did a video yesterday that talked about the same muscles you use for laughing and crying. And so if you just want to get exercise, emotional exercise, you may as well laugh because it's moving the energy. And the whole point might be to just move the energy. So speaking of moving energies, I'm going to give you a brand new, oh, I might have done this before. I can't remember. I think I did it once, now that I think about it. But I'm going to give you the readings from the Rune. And as I put it sometimes, I'm going to help you ruin your day. Little joke there, very little joke, and not even very funny to me. But if you laughed, it's okay, because the meaning of the communication is the response that elicits. So if you found it funny, it's funny for you. It's only true if it's true for you. And I just have this little cord hanging here, and that's fine. T-shirt looks kind of like strange. But I don't want to draw your attention there necessarily. Okay, so what I am going to draw your attention to is in this book, Rune number 7. So we're going to go to Rune number 7. Take me a minute, I got to get by 6. There it is, number 7. So I'm just going to give you this rune as something to consider for this morning. So the runes are like fortune tellers material. So if you're a fortune teller, you know, you were in another life, you were a gypsy and you rode around in a caravan, which seems really fun to me until you do it. I've done it. It's not quite as fun, and I even had a motorized caravan. But when you got to take care of horses, yeah, there's a lot to living in a tiny structure with lots of people and maybe even animals. But anyway, this rune, number 7, is Gebo. Just looks like an X. And Gebo, this rune in the origin, this rune means gift. Although the nature of the gift remains ambiguous. It's unclear whether Gebo refers to the sacrifice of humanity to the gods. You appreciate it. Or the bounty of the gods to man. It's often translated to mean generosity. Gebo is often associated with Odin or Freya. But I don't know much about yet. My book on gods that I'm reading currently is based on Greek gods. Greek was a very patriarchal society. I imagine still is to some degree. And I haven't even gotten through Zeus yet. So I think there's going to be many, many gods from Greek mythology. And it's taken a long time to get past Zeus. And I'm looking forward to getting past Zeus. This is not making this video any shorter. Okay, so it's often translated to mean generosity, Gebo is often associated with Odin or Freya. As the gift rune, Gebo is concerned with mutual and unselfish giving. It represents the ability to sacrifice without expecting anything in return. Gebo also symbolizes the connection between the gods and men. It is the gift that brings connections through exchange, and it signifies the unity and honor created when an exchange takes place. Okay, and then they go into the positive interpretation. And seeing that it's X, how do you know which is the positive interpretation? But we'll just go with it. Yeah, and it goes on about relationship. And if you want to, if you want to read about it, there, go ahead. I'll try to hold it still for a minute. Then you can pause there and maybe expand it, maybe be able to read it. But that's all you're going to get about Gebo today. If you're really just like charged up about Gebo. Okay, so that was one rune that we got. And the other one we got, and when I mean we, my co-housing human unit pulled one out of the bag, and she got that one, and then I pulled one out of the bag, and I got that one. So I got Gebo. My co-housing unit got Algiz. So Algiz that would be 8, 16. Algiz would be 15. So I go to 15. There it is. I go to Algiz. In case you want to read it later, in case I don't choose to read all of it. There's Algiz. And Algiz is a symbol of protection. It's like the elk. I don't know how to make it with my hand, but it's 3. So it's that. It's Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's the Bullwinkle, symbol of Bullwinkle. For those of you that are older than 60 and maybe have some relationship to Rocky and Bullwinkle, which hopefully you do, because for some reason, just the idea of Rocky and Bullwinkle is very healing to my heart, and hopefully to yours as well. All right, so Algiz is the sound of Z. Algiz, Z. And it implies defense and protection, and has also been equated with the elk. It's a sign used to promote victory and protection, as well as to strengthen magical power and luck. We're in luck. It's often associated with the Valkyries as a protective force. It's also connected to the animal kingdom. Cats. My cat got chased out of the upper garden by a deer yesterday that she was stalking, and the deer was like, wait, that thing's small. I'm going to just run at it. And the deer ran at the cat, and the cat went, whoa, what the hell? That never happened before. The cat scooted down out of the upper garden. It was very cute. Okay. Oh, it's also connected to the animal kingdom and our contact with animal forces. In ancient Scandinavian magic, the fear helmet was considered a symbol of protection. So people would put this symbol on the side of the front and back of their helmet to bring fear of the mighty warrior or something, and it would give them protection to keep people from slamming them on the head with a club or something. Okay. That's enough of that. As a rune of protection, Algiz often tells of a fortunate new influence entering your life. It also suggests that this is the right time to follow your instincts, and I would suggest that it's always the right time to follow your instincts. That's just me. Friendships are in the forefront of your life now, and an old or new friend may offer assistance. Best of luck. Okay. Algiz may tell you of an opportunity that someone will offer. Accepting the opportunity to offer can turn you in a beneficial new direction. So here's an offering. You might just participate in change. There's a gift that keeps on giving. It's going to keep happening. If you participate in it, you might even go, oh, this is great. We're changing. All right, so that's it for that. We got a lot to go through today, so just hold on to your hats. I'm just going to say a whole bunch of really old sayings because I'm on some levels a really old guy, although, according to the Bible, which you won't find me quoting the Bible very frequently, I don't mind people liking the Bible, but I just don't want them quoting it. But so I'm not really quoting the Bible. I'm just saying that in the time of Noah, I think it was Noah was there for the flood and got 2 of every animal on earth onto his ark, which didn't seem big enough to hold elephants or giraffes or any of that stuff, but it's a story, and if you like it, I'm fine with you believing in it, because a belief is just a story that has emotions attached to it. Otherwise, what you know is your experience, and unless you have a past life memory of being one of the animals or humans on the ark, then it's a belief. A belief is something that you believe, that you've made up, or somebody's made up for you, that you've made up happened, and you believe it. Don't you believe it? You should believe it. It makes me feel good to believe it, so you should believe it. And that's fine. If you want to believe it, go ahead. But today, we've gone from the split. I'm having fun. Hopefully you'll have some fun. That was last month, the month of manifestation, and what we were manifesting was more light, opening up the cranium so more light could get in, opening up the third eye. But this month that we're in is the lunar month of liberation. This is lunar tone 11 month. Don't forget it. Lunar tone 11. Okay, and it's lunar tone 11, and today is the 11th day of the 11th month of the, it's the spectral tone of liberation. But the lunar tone also, but the lunar moon of liberation. And this is the 11th day. And one of the special things about today, because it's good to find a special thing about every day if you can, even if you have to kind of squeeze it out like the end of your carrot juice, getting that last little bit out of the pulp. Sometimes that's what the day feels like. I'm squeezing the last bit of carrot out of the pulp to just get some good feelings. Some days they're just there, just lots of good feelings. And during a spectral moon of liberation, plus just a secret that you might not have guessed if I hadn't told you about it, but I did have 2 mochas this morning because I figured I had the request to dust the ceiling, the cathedral ceiling, with a, whatever they call that thing at the top. You've seen it in the videos. If you watch the videos, you look up and it's the cathedral ceiling, and then there's like something at the top, whatever they call those things, portico. It's got windows in it, but it doesn't have like a floor. It has like a little thing you can walk around. And I was asked to clean the fan, it's where you're standing up fairly high, holding onto a post, leaning out, wiping the top of a fan with one of those dust bunny collectors. They're like green. For some reason, they make them green. I don't know why. And then they're on a stick. You hold the stick, and then you wipe the fan as the fan's trying to get away from you, so you quit rubbing it like a cat if you're rubbing it the wrong way. But anyway, I was getting all the dust, the whole room up there, the entire living room, and that's all been done today, before now. And since doing that, I've also showered, shaved, combed my hair, put on clean clothes. So I was pretty ripe after being up on that ladder and basically dusting the entire living room and kitchen, dining room and kitchen, which is just one space really, but we just one has a dining room table, so that's the dining room, and the other one has a couch, that's the living room, and the other one has kitchen utensils, and that's the kitchen. So it's just really one room, but it's kind of divided up a little bit by an island and all that stuff. I mean, you've seen it in the background, it's there. Okay, so I've had coffee. So if you can't follow me, if I'm talking too fast, you can't even hear me. I don't even know. I haven't even checked the volume. I'm turning the volume up because if that may help. It may make it louder, but all of a sudden it's going to get louder and you're going to have to turn the volume down. And some of you aren't even watching anymore. And some of you are like, wow, that was really good. I like you. And you know it. All right. So today, you may as well know, I'm going to tell you, so you may as well know that today is one of the 52 galactic activation portal days. There's a symbol on the calendar that lets you know it's a galactic activation portal day. Say that 3 times really fast. These days invite you to enter gateways of expanded consciousness and amplify your awareness of energy flows and information exchange. These specific kin form the loom of the Maya, which is a bilateral symmetry pattern that reflects the basic pattern of our DNA double helix. Integrating the galactic code of light into the genetic code of life, this portal formation is a resonant structure linked to the activation of our full DNA potential. This is a galactic activation day, so whether you notice it or not, you're going to be galactically activated. And my wife, or my co-housing unit, this morning on her phone, it was warning, magnetic storm was happening at 5 o'clock. And we were reading this, she was reading this to me at 7. So there was a geomagnetic storm that could really mess with your equipment. So if I don't get to post this, it's because it's a geomagnetic storm on a galactic activation portal day. I mean, we are either going to be lifted up or we're going to be screwed, one or the other. I don't know which yet. I'm feeling pretty activated, but that might just be the true lattes. There are single shot lattes, but when you haven't been drinking coffee and you have a single shot latte and you go, ooh, I'm pretty alert. Why don't I have another one? It was very delicious. Why don't I have another one and then make a video? Evil laugh. That's my evil laugh. I like it. Evil spelled backwards is live. So that's my live laugh. Live life. Live laugh. Laugh. And get older. Because if you don't get older, you're dead. That's the way it is. You don't have to act older. I certainly haven't learned how to do that yet. All right. So, today, which is a Saturday, it's the 11th day of the 11th lunar month of spectral liberation. The third eye is opening. So if you feel this kind of thing opening up in your third eye, bless you, that tension's gone. It might have been the caffeine. It was there earlier. It's also a blue galactic night, which is guided by accomplishment. So we're going to look at galactic first. And I just don't know. But I can read. And so reading is kind of knowledge. It may not be true, but it's still knowledge written down, which is knowledge. It might be safe and effective. It was written down. It was knowledge. Might not have been true. We just don't know. We're hoping it was true, but some of us have our doubts. Okay, so we're on tone 8 today. So yesterday was the 7th tone, which is the center point of the 13. This is the 8th tone, which is just one past the center point of the 13 lunar tones. this lunar tone is galactic. And so this one is about harmonizing, and then just the word model, which I think we can model things in the world that we think are useful, and then integrity. So what is the best way to take in everyday life to lead one to life's ideal? The best way is to consider harmony as the first principle to be observed. That in all circumstances and situations and conditions, one should try to, don't try, just do. One should, and don't even should have people shit on you. And don't shit on other people either. Like I shouldn't be shitting on you about shitting on people. But really, try and should, you should. Like, you just want to go, F off, F off. Or I want it. You might not want to do that, but I want to do that. When people say, you should, I'm like, F off, F off. It's French, F off. It's a French word, F off. F off. F off, we. I'm making up language right here as I speak. Okay, so anyway, so no shoulds, no tries, because trying is not doing. So why try something? If you actually do it, you're not trying it, you're doing it. If you're trying to eat food, somebody says, here, try this, and if you eat it, you're not trying it, you're eating it. You may spit it back out again and go, oh, pah, oh, it's got cilantro. It tastes like soap. So for some people, cilantro tastes like soap. So they say cilantro on your burrito, and they go, whoa. But I don't. Although after I understood that for some people, cilantro tasted like soap, the next time I ate cilantro, it tasted like soap. But I hadn't noticed that ever before. So that's called hypnosis. And is it hip? No. Is it gnosis or knowledge? No. It's the ability to make you think something's true, safe and effective, that's quite possibly not true, safe and effective. So there's hypnosis. And if you go, oh, well, they, experts, say, but they picked certain experts that were paid to say things that may or may not have been true. I doubt that they were true, because they were words that were manufactured by drug dealers. And all they want to do is sell their drugs. I've known some drug dealers. I don't trust any of them. They're okay. I just don't want to do business with them, because they're not there for your personal well-being. They're there to make money. I don't know if I'll even get by on this particular video, because I'm kind of spouting. I might not even publish it. Because who really needs to know about the Tone 8 Galactic of the Mayan calendar? I don't know if anybody needs to know this stuff, but okay. So, it said that in all circumstances and situations and conditions, one should try. And I say, get rid of the should, get rid of the try. One might harmonize, it's a choice, with one's fellow creatures. And if you can't harmonize with your fellow cat, then you can stick her in the laundry room and close the door. It works like a charm. And make sure you push it closed, because they used to rattle the laundry room door, and it would rattle, 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 and they'd do it in the middle of the night, rattle, 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 when they weren't feeling like being in there. Most of the time they are. It's a pretty nice little spa zone. But I ended up putting this felt in the door so they couldn't rattle it and make noise at night and wake one of us up. But it's harder to close the door, so you got to really push it and listen for the click to make sure that you didn't just close it and then they come up to rattle it and they pop it open, they go, freedom, we've just broken out of the spa. Okay, so no should, no me shoulding on you, no you shoulding on me. Just let's not do it, let's not should on each other. And let's either do something or not do it. The whole trying thing, I'm going to try to get better. I'm going to try to stand up. Oh, I didn't stand up. No, because trying to do something is not doing it. Yoda said this to Luke Skywalker, whoever, in one of the movies, Star Trek or Star Wars or Star something, and Yoda was like this guy that had big ears like this, but I think his hair was some wispy sticking. I'm going to look this way before too long. I'm not going to exit that. That's a thought form I just don't want to create. So I got to keep the little bit of hair I have left. All right, but he said, no try, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if this is exactly what he said, but my thought is no try, do. So do or don't do. So if, don't try, you should try. You just let it go. Do it or don't do it. So harmonize with one fellow creatures or stick them in the kiddie spa. That's pretty simple. Because harmony is the most essential thing in life. This may or may not be true, but consider it, that harmony is the most essential thing in life. And I would say that rings true for me. I like it. In plain words, inharmony attracts inharmony, and I've had that happen. So I know from experience, not from belief, that when I'm feeling inharmonious, it seems like the people around me are feeling inharmonious as well. So I think that's accurate. Whereas harmony attracts harmony. And this was spoken by Hazrat Inayat Khan. So thanks, Hazrat, for that. That was very helpful. Harmony attracts harmony. So let's just stop trying and just find that place of inner harmony and then just express it. Doesn't seem that hard, does it? Wait until you try. We'll find out if it's hard or not. Don't try. So, see, I got caught by my own words. Try it. No, don't try it. Like, one is either in harmony or one is in inharmony. And just pay attention when you feel like you're in harmony. Pay attention to how the world feels. When you feel like you're in harmony, pay attention to how the world feels. So in other words, you just might want to pay attention to how the world feels and think that it's possibly a reflection of your state. It's my perception of reality, and it could be yours if you want it to be, or if you didn't like it, have another perception of reality. You get to do that because we've made up the thought form that we're living in a free will plane and that nobody can make us do anything in a free will plane. Of course, unless we're sold into slavery and we're, carried in on ships and we're whipped and whatever else might happen. And then maybe it's not quite the free will plane, but you could say, well, it is a free will plane because those people incarnated so they could have this horrible experience so that it would make them a better person. And that could be true. I just don't know. I don't see this video getting posted. It's, it might be a little intense, but might not be. Might be just the perfect thing for your day. Might help you to laugh about something. We don't know. All right, so this is a blue galactic night day, which I know is confusing. It's a blue galactic night day, and but there is day and night, and so it can be a night. Well, this is actually suggesting that it be a night during your day, because it relates to blue, which is the west, which transforms, and it also is related to the solar plexus, and it's about dreams, abundance, and intuition. 3 things that I really like. I like dreams. I mean, dream school is can be kind of irritating sometimes. And maybe irritating almost all the time, because in dream school, they're always attempting to get me to change. And if somebody's attempting to get you to change, it means that their perception is that you would be a better person if you weren't the person that you are. So dream school can be a little bit irritating. I've been going for 13 years, I think. Pretty sure it's 13 years. And I would say I've never found it easy. because I've resisted change. So if you don't resist change, you go, oh yeah, you just change. You go, oh yeah, this is good. That was a good change I made. But if you're more like me and you're just like, I want to change, I try to change. I don't change, but I try to change, or I try to act like I change. That is just painful, because you know you haven't changed. You know you're still holding on to that same aspect of yourself that's given you problems for your maybe many lifetimes, and you're still doing it over and over again, which is supposedly, I've heard, the Chinese definition of insanity. A person who thinks they're going to have a different result by doing the same thing. And I think that is a good definition of insanity. You think you can just keep doing the same thing and have a different result? I'm going to say, cuckoo on you. Cuckoo on you, coo. You're nuts. Join the crowd. Anybody who comes to this planet's got to be a little bit cuckoo, mabuku, before they come. All right, I'm liking this video. It's picking up speed, and I'm sure it's been going on for about 25 minutes, so I'm going to try to close it up. All right, so Blue Night is about dreams, abundance, and intuition. And then there's a saying, and I like this. This is a saying by the Yawahu lineage. If that isn't great, what is? Yawahu lineage. So you might be of the lineage of Yawahu. And it's a quote, so somebody must have spoken this, or somebody's saying that someone spoke this at some point. What occurs around you and within you reflects your own mind. And shows you the dream you are weaving. So if you're weaving a dream that has me in it, in your computer, then you wahoo! Good for you. If you like it, keep going. All right. So, Blue Night represents enclosing darkness, the place of mystery, the sanctuary of inner self. The sanctuary of inner self. I like the feeling of it. I connect with my deep self. You might want to state it out loud right now. I connect with my deep self. I'll get a lot calmer whenever I do this. I just go, ooh, I go into this place of peace. Everything starts moving slower, which is fine. I like it. The sanctuary of inner self. The code dream. So now they're telling us that dream is a code. The code dream offers the perspective that the living universe is fluid and malleable, unlimited created intelligence, which shape-shifts in response to our inner perceptions. Likewise, all that we encounter and everything around us are dream figures within our dream, reflecting both conscious and unconscious parts of ourself. What are you dreaming up in your life? We have the ability to awaken at any moment and lucidly dream our waking reality. I think that this is true. In any moment, we just wake up and lucidly dream a different reality. That's what they've been telling me in dream school. I've had a bit of resistance to it, but I'm getting more on board. Now that they're doing these videos and I'm watching them, it's like going to dream school at night. I think my dream teachers bring in information they're hoping that I'll get, because they've had a hard time kind of like smacking me in the head with it and having me go like, when I wake up, I'm not going to remember any of this. And that's always like the key to dreaming, is to knowing that you might wake up and just forget whatever you were told, which happened a lot in school for me. Okay. Because I didn't like being told who I was, or what I was, or how the world worked. And I'm like, you know what? I think this is a bunch of hooey. So I might have been of the Yawahui lineage. Okay. What are you dreaming up in your life? We have the ability to awaken at any moment and lucidly dream our waking reality. As we let go of rationale, which I've done, and find trust in our intuition, we access abundant inner resources to uniquely guide our journey through infinite dreamscapes. Okay, it's getting fun. So there's one thing by the Venerable Dhyani Yawahu. So this is the Venerable Dhyani Yawahu. You could Google it, see if this Venerable Dhyani exists. But anyway, it's in quotes. So somebody heard him say it and recorded it accurately. Could have been, 1,000 years ago. Acknowledge the abundance in our life. It creates waves of grace on which to move in the world. Generosity means giving, and it begins in the heart by affirming confidence in the abundance of the universe. Abundance flows in a circle. So when you fear and think scarcity thoughts, then the flow of abundance in our lives becomes constricted. Generous actions from a generous heart bring peace and abundance for you and all in the circle. Recognize that you always have something to give and then share it with others. Okay, that seems like probably more than enough. But I'm going to listen to it later, and it looks like it's 36 minutes long, so I best say quickly, namasko.